the conflict. You for nonsense. Got the same way in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, they make a profit. On top, stay poppin'. Look, see, I was the high school slick brick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur and rolling 20 crippin'. Rap game real tight, freestyle was magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends. Them older couldn't tell me different. I need a roundaway girl to live with. Showtime, Mythic Apollo. I'm about the box. Take two and pull out a little for my who won't live to see tomorrow.
It's week 5 of the NFL. And up next is one of the league's best, Jalen Ramsey.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On second down, it's Walker. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you draw your quarterback? Make sure you see your guys open before you do it.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, first and 10.
Ready? Red.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A first carry now for Dalvin Cook. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
The Vikings at a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Got him in. It's Tyquan Thornton. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle. I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Well, the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. From the gun, it's Walker. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Geno now to throw. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The mistake there by the offense, Charles, they tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick 6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it, and they'll take it out to the 25. Well, the road ahead a little bit more difficult now after that pick 6. So dealing with his deficit here, we'll see if he can try to make amends on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
On second down, Cook. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now Gino on first down. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. He's at the 50, 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Smith. For Kinner here, it's complete. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is that right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. Ooh, the juke. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Chase Young, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. Let's go. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Flush to his right. Back to Renfrow again. Complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. From the 50, it's Smith. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. Smith throwing again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends.
And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 30 seconds to go in the first half. They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On play action, they'll throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Marquise Brown. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Vikings continue to pull away here in this first half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. So we've reached half.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Here comes Mr. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, leading out this offense.
And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it, they think this is okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes come your way too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll set up to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. Taken down at the 28-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now back to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 28 yards. And the Vikings just continue to roll. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the 2nd half.
The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
To the air again, Smith. So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on second down. Smith. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They'll run first down with Hubbard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Now Geno. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 37 yards. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Here comes Mr. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, leading out this offense. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Vikings.
Charles, he's still a young single corner in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now Smith. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. The 20. Touchdown. DK Metcalf. 74 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that will cut this lead down to 25. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here comes Mr. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, leading out this offense.
He's hoping to take what has been a good game here and make it a great game. So far, solid, and we're still in the third quarter.
There's nothing wrong with solid. You want to be that. You want to be reliable. You want to be a guy that puts your team in a position to have a chance to win. And that's what we're seeing from him. And there's also that added element that maybe it can become a little bit more as this game goes on.
They'll try to make it more here on this drive. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to the ground. This time Cook shreds him with a stiff arm. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hockenson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And this is caught at the 8. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Tyquan Thornton.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Vikings are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
They have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one.
This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. A great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Kene Nwangwu, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted.
And now here's another interception.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Another run now for Nwangu. And some room to run now. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
They'll look to run with Nwangu. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. On second down, here's Nwangu. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, this has been another impressive display by this undefeated team, Charles, and it looks like they're going to stay that way after this one.
Yeah, one of the league's best offenses, they stayed on brand in this contest because they continue to look good at what they do. Just added a late touchdown. Now they're really hammering home just how good they've been all year long, letting the rest of the league take notice.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way the opponent was playing, and partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. The drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out of this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. 22 yards there, a first down.
Here we go, here we go. Ultra, ultra.
Now a give, running left is Nwangu.
And some room to maneuver. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gino now to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line.